Hello and welcome back to a Kooky corner of YouTube. I am going to show you my attempt at using the supplies that we got in the Scrawlr box 101, which was the one we got with the flat crayons in it. Did I actually use the pencil in this, or did I? Yes, I actually did, maybe. Okay, so let's just remind ourselves of what we had. We had this Scrawlr box pencil, Scrawlr box blanks pencil. We had the Daler Rowney acrylic paint marker. We have these beautiful Boyer crayons in 4 different colours. We had some newsprint paper, 100 sheets of it from Frisk. There was a sticker and there was a zine. But I'm only going to be using these things and a couple of added extras. I've got 2 stencils that I used in this because what I decided to do was to take rubbings from the crayons to get myself a background and then to do my line drawing on top. So this is my final piece, which I really liked and enjoy. Really love playing with these for the rubbing part, you know, getting the stencil rubbing onto the page. I find that really interesting to do. So that was the final bit. These are all the first attempts, trying to get some backgrounds and things using different stencils. I even did my bird on one. Just trying out the supplies and things. So that was all on those to see how the pen worked over the crayons. Then I did a couple of run throughs. That was my first one. That was my second one. And then I refined it to that, which is how I did it. My idea is we've got this map stencil in the background, which is kind of like, it's like, the idea behind the piece is that we've got the map stencil, we've got the Asamic writing underneath that as well, so layered on top in a different colour. And then we've got the person's face and they're kind of looking a little bit pensive and worried and not knowing which direction they're going to go in, which is why I've got all these arrows on the side here. And then yeah, that was kind of the idea I had. So I'm going to take you through what I did step by step. Get rid of all my little bits and pieces. I really like this newsprint paper for this particular kind of work, and also I worried about the marker going through it, but it doesn't. Look how wonderful that is. It's brilliant. So first of all, let me set up. I'll set up my first station and then I'll be back. Okay, so the first thing I did was to get out my map stencil. I'm sure you can probably just see it there. Lay it down on a flat surface and then to lay the newsprint sheet over the top. I decided that the map should be in blue for some reason, but I think that kind of works. Because in my mind, blue is kind of like a, I don't know, it's a definite colour. It's like, this is the definites of life. And then the red, when I did the Asamic writing one, was for the thoughts and feelings you have as you're going through. And then I overlaid the face over the top. That was the idea. So, flat piece of your crayon, because each of the crayons has got like a flat side there. You could even do it with that side if you wanted to, but I did use the edge. And I found you can get a really beautiful, definite line with this. It's so good to use over stencils. Look at that, so cool. Bring it down. I'm not going right to the edge because I don't want to go over the edges. But this is such fun. I kind of think I want to go out, you know, the drain covers or whatever they call them in towns and cities, and go over and do some rubbings and things. That kind of sounds like fun with these as well. Okay, so that's the first bit. And then I had my Asamic writing stencil, which There's this one by Julie Fanfay Bolzer Designs, and it's kind of like writing but asemically done, so you can't actually see what it says, which is perfect for this. I'm trying to feel. You could put some registration marks where you can see where it's going, but I'm just winging it at the moment. So then I went over with the red. And so we've got another layer into our piece, still with the flat end of the crayon. Just layering it up like so. So we have that layer now. Let's take this up a little bit closer so you can see. Really works super well with these plastic stencils, I have to say. So then I laid down a vague face shape with this crayon here. I'm using this rounded edge bit now, just to kind of get something down on the page. A little bit of shading at the top end here, down the middle, around the edges. So that's all the crayons I have used. Now for the actual face piece, I think I started on a line part because I've got a very definite line going down the middle there. So I can take this up there, and it's kind of like, you know, the theatre masks that you get. I kind of take my, should do this in one line really, but you know, hey. So I'm going round and down, bringing it round to there. And again, it's still the one liner. So get some lips in, which I take over into the other side, go up and around and back, and then up. And coming up to my nose, we've got a little nostril definition there, a little bit that goes up there. I'm going up here, create an eyebrow and an eye, and coming round and round to finish it off. And you're never going to get the same face twice because it's the way of it, unless you actually marked it out in pencil first, which is probably what you could do with a pencil, but I'm just winging it. So then I went back in with the crayons using the pointy end just to add in some definition on the lips and eye. I did in this bronzy brown colour, and then back in with this just a little lighter cheek. Now this person who is on top of all this is kind of confused, so what I wanted to do, and because I was doing this also, I wanted to tie it in with my abstractory prompt of the day, which is line. So I wanted to kind of get some broken lines in there. I'm trying to repeat the size of the face using the lines across like this, breaking them up a bit just to add some interest. So some of them are full lines, some of them are partial. It's kind of just to try to add a little bit into the confusion of the mind of this person on the page, and then bringing them in. And to confuse it even more, because we're over a map, I've got lots of different directions that this person could go in. So this is where the arrows come in. I didn't put arrow heads on all the bits, just certain ones. Like so. And then look at my piece, see if there's any other bits I can add in, a bit more definition with the crayon in here. Pen does go over the crayon. Let me just say that the pen did go over the crayon quite well. It may be dulled down slightly by the colour underneath it, but it still worked perfectly well. And I'm happy to use this technique for a lot of other pieces. And because I've got 100 sheets of this now, I was thinking this would be great for like, if you did some rubbings and then did some watercolour, they'd be great for like collage sheets. You know, it's something else that you could think about to do. But that was the piece. So I hope you enjoyed watching how that went together. And yeah, this is me, Kooky, signing out. I'll be back here very soon with something else. Bye for now.